over here on the bench and we're starting to assemble the planetary on the back of the 6-speed gearbox. So look, it's just a very basic, straightforward job. Now these pins can come out and check the rollers and all that, but look, I have no need to check that. They feel good, so I'm not going to in this instance. Look at that, the shed starts creaking the minute I start filming. I was thinking, boy, this is good, I'll get into it. So, so we have the thrust surfaces for the planetary, the shim, the whole lot. So we'll swing over to the gearbox now and we'll just slowly put that back together. Okay, we have the gearbox here turned up on its end. The camera's one side, I'm the other. I'm on the clutch side, the camera's on the brake side, so hopefully it all makes sense. All right, to get the show on the road, you can see in the viewfinder a bit of a shadow here, and the plate comes down and it's curled around, and you can see a little mark here. So this plate here sits down there. You can also see a mark on the plate where it's set up against the bearing. So that little plate goes there. You have a hole here for a dowel for the ring gear, and there's another dowel hole here to help hold this bearing in. So next cab off the rank is this plate here. Now this plate here with the slots and the dowel holes goes on next. This plate here, that's the outside one. No dowel holes, no oil holes, anything like that. So we know with the dowels sitting in the unit, it has to go that way. So the dowel that's between the holes, not next to a hole, goes here. And then this plate goes on there as well. Now, I'm just out of frame there a bit, but look, I will get there. I just find it's easy to do that. And it helps keep everything in line. Then you can just see over the side there. I also find it's easy to, with the planetary housing, I like to pop a bit of your favourite grease around the housing here, and or on the thrust. And look, that is just to hold the thrust in place. So when you tip it over, the thrust wants to stay there. A little bit of grease won't hurt there. I like grease. Wow, okay. So this housing now can pop down in, and sit on those bottom plates. Now, the reason I do that is I've had trouble in the past trying to line it all up, where, see that there now sits directly over the shaft and works well, sits straight in. So if I just pop a bolt hole here, a bolt in the bolt hole I should say, and a bolt in that bolt hole, just loosely, well, that should give us a chance to just and it's just seating this housing in on the dowels, making sure it's good to go. So we have locating tags on the thrusts, and they go down these little holes here, so we probably don't need it, but look, we'll put a bit of grease around. Grease gives things a good start in life and stops things moving. It's one of those things when you're mechanicking, you have a think about it, and if it can't do any good, can it do any harm? If it can't do any harm, well, it may just do some good that you don't know about, who knows? So this is the top plate. Now you can see the surface area here, the shiny bit, that goes onto the thrust. So we can pull this fella down here. line up the bolt holes. Just pop them all in loosely. They're a 3/8 UNC bolt that a 9/16 AF spanner will fit. Now, this other bit here, this is your selector. Now, if you remember, there's a fork comes out the back here and sits in and either engages or disengages your planetary. So that can sit in there now, but look, it's the fork that actually holds it in. So when you roll the gearbox over, it'll probably get out of whack, or maybe out of whack's the wrong word. It'll probably fall out and drop on the floor. So it wouldn't be a video of mine if something didn't drop on the floor. And so we just give that a nice turn before we tighten everything up. I know it's dowelled, but I like to do things like this now and then just to go with that. Now I haven't got a spanner, I'll go and get one. Okay, I went and got my spanner. I don't know why I didn't have one there, eh? Bloody hell. Should be far better organised than I ever am. These have spring washers on them. If you want to put a touch of Loctite on the bolts, it just would not matter. I probably won't because of the Loctite. Oh, sorry, bloody Loctite. Because of the spring washer. I think a 3/8 bolt's supposed to be 35 foot-pounds. Take it till your elbow clicks. Okay. So if we turn that over a little bit, I don't know if you'll be able to see what I'm going to do in here, but anyway. And all I'm doing is sliding a gear up. You can't really see it. And just giving that a turn, making sure it's nice and free. And it is, that's good. So until I get the bearing for the front here, there's not a lot more. I can't put the selectors in, so I have snookered myself a little bit on the gearbox. But that's it. That's just a quick little clip on mounting the planetary to the back here. And we'll go on to something else.